Welcome to Cryptosis. My name's Rusty G, and alongside me, my wonderful and talented and most intelligent co-hosts, Shane Carter and Cory McGuffin. How are you guys doing this week?
What's up, Rusty?
Cory, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. Can't complain. So far, the internet's working, so that's good.
For now.
Absolutely. So this week we wanted to talk about trading in Bitcoin markets and different places you can go about trading your Bitcoin once you get a hold of your Bitcoin. Over the past few episodes, we've talked about the what is Bitcoin, why Bitcoin. What else did we talk about? We've had so many topics over the last few episodes. It's been a blur already. So this week we want to talk about trading, but we also, as normal, want to talk about what we did this week. So Cory, this last week, what have you done?
I've tried not to look at my portfolio, but I did buy some stuff. Since the price dropped, I was like, I'm gonna pick up some more Ethereum. I'm gonna pick up some more Bitcoin while it's low. I haven't bought it at the bottom yet, but I got pretty close. It did drop a little bit more after I bought it. So, but that always happens. So, what can you do?
Absolutely. Shane, how about you for this week?
Actually, I had a pretty good week this week. It's really exciting. I spent a little bit of time at a local Bitcoin meeting or a crypto meeting this weekend, where I got to meet some people that were helpful with Zencash. It was very surprising. I also started working on my first code or first indicator for trading. Hopefully, I'll have that done here the next few weeks, and maybe it'll make me some profits. Hopefully, I also missed out on a 200% profit this week. I know you guys we were talking about it in the chat, and I was kind of bragging a little bit, and then it crashed, and I missed it bad. And I also hodled a lot of coins, so I didn't sell like I should have, and I have a lot of coins still.
So this week, myself, I had a few more discussions about Bitcoin with different people. One of the ones that I talked with last week, who we'll say was a naysayer, he has joined in. He will take the Coinbase route and enter in his money. He's going to put in actually a decent amount of money. So I talked to him, and he's going about it a lot differently than what maybe we might go for as far as purchasing Bitcoin and the whole idea of the way that we would do things, but that's fine. I'm just glad to see that he's on board. Don't forget, guys, live right here on the side, though, as we do it, we have comments on the side, and one of a friend of mine that I invited out, another minor friend of mine, Jacob, he is actually watching, hopefully, here on the side. How you doing, Jacob? Hope you have a great week. And again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave those questions here on the side. We are more than glad to answer them as we go along. But that's been our week this week. Anything special news that we want to talk about before we get into trading?
I see where a lot of places are banning crypto. Still, China's like trying to keep people out of ICOs, and a lot of places are making it more difficult to buy it. Like I saw where in the UK that they're they're going to ban it where you can't buy it with a credit card, which you can still do it here, but Visa and MasterCard are trying to figure out how they want to categorize the purchases. Like it's kind of about to become like a foreign exchange kind of purchase. So you're probably going to see some changes in the fees if you're buying with a credit card right now rather than a bank account. Also, there's still a lot of bank accounts that are not allowing you to buy it, and so you may have to switch banks if you want to buy crypto.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Shane. Sorry.
India dipped out on us this week too. That was another reason for some of the drastic falling. Also, Congress had a meeting today. I haven't had time to go over some of the information from it, but Congress had a meeting about crypto and what they're planning to do. From what I understand, a lot of it was pretty good information. It seems like the government's actually opening up and being more willing to work with crypto. So that's going to be a positive for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's going to be a great thing because, I mean, even in whenever you get into Coinbase and GDAX, there's a little thing on the side that says, well, actually more specifically on GDAX, I think it's one of the first things that pops up in your notifications on the right-hand side. It shows, hey, don't forget your IRS. They're worried about your crypto. So it's obvious that the government is willing to take a look at this and see what's going on. We'll see. I think this year I'm just going to skip past crypto and not really mention anything on my taxes. We'll see what happens. But yeah, much like Cory said, Facebook's banning advertisements for cryptocurrency. So it'll be interesting to say the least how the future of it happens, and we'll see what goes from there. So let's jump right into it. The topic of the week is trading. We're going to be talking about trading platforms, different places you can go in at, and different places you can trade your Bitcoin for other altcoins, or if you just want to do straight US dollars into Bitcoin and how you can go through and do that. So who wants to kick us off?
Cory, you go first.
You go ahead, Shane. You start this one.
Shane?
All right, so if you want to use your USD to buy Bitcoins, the first place you're going to start with is typically going to be Coinbase. I don't have mine available at the moment. I wish I would have cleared it out before this video so I could so I would be more willing to show everything. But so Coinbase gives you that link between US dollars and the crypto world. That's kind of significant for us because that's where you're going to see realized gains, and you're going to be pulling fiat or crypto to fiat, and it's going to be, the government's going to watch that significantly. If you do over $20,000 worth of damage on Coinbase, you're going to be the government's going to be notified of that, and they're going to be looking at you much harder. Of course, Coinbase, as we know, they went through a court case a couple months ago, or a couple weeks ago, whatever it was. Yeah, months ago, sorry, where they had to provide the information for the top 2 or 3% of users on Coinbase. So if you're going to use Coinbase, you're going to start transferring money in, just realize that the government is watching that, and it's going to be a big deal. So Coinbase has their exchange platform, GDAX. I don't know if you have that, Rusty, available. I mean, I can pull it up.
GDAX is a great exchange to get used to other exchanges because it's pretty simple to look at as far as other exchanges go, and there's a lot fewer options available. So it's a good starter one. Plus, you can trade versus the Bitcoin versus USD, which it's kind of a lot easier for you to wrap your brain around trading versus USD versus trading BTC versus whatever other coin you're trying to get.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Shane.
So with GDAX, it's going to be, if you want to exchange directly to USD, GDAX is going to be great for allowing you to see or to trade coins directly to USD. So typically you have to either convert them to USDT or just keep a watch on what the USD value is, so that you're getting your money's worth when you're exchanging. But with GDAX, you're going to be able to see, hey, my Bitcoin is worth X amount of dollars. I should sell here. Also, it's going to be good if you want to day trade, because you don't have to worry about going to all these different cryptos. You can go directly to USD, Bitcoin, or Litecoin, or Ethereum, and it's really, really simple.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got GDAX pulled up here so everybody can kind of take a look and see. This is the part, I guess it's the sister site to Coinbase. Coinbase is like the entry into the crypto world. And then if you want to actually get into trading, you can see GDAX here. This is just their charts here in the middle with all of the purchase orders down here at the bottom, with the order book here on the left to see the individual orders as they come in, as well as all of everything being traded here on the side. And as Shane said, you can see the price here at the top. The last trade price was $7,461 as of today, February the 6th, about 9:39 Eastern time here in the United States. Obviously, you can see how much is being traded constantly. It is obviously going live here, and you can see like this last wall right here, this last sell wall right here. It keeps moving. I can't. But you can basically see everything that you want to do here. And if you actually want to buy, you can actually set up and say that I want to deposit into my account. Let's just say if you want to do a bank wire, or you happen to have a Coinbase account that's attached, or you have a Bitcoin address that you can send to actually set everything up. or you can go through and set up with your bank account. Of course, I have nothing on GDAX that I've done. So the only thing is it's hooking up to my Coinbase account. You can see there that I can drop in up to $5,000 a week. And then be aware, processing time, and you'll see this here, bank account transfers typically are credited to your, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically you're looking at about a week's time frame for you to actually get it out, because there's a little bit of a time frame between your bank, and then out to GDAX, Coinbase, whatever that you choose to go to. This honestly is one of the easiest ones, like Shane said, to get into, because it's fairly easy to jump on. So everything is in front of you. And if you have any questions about it, we can actually go through and run through this. Shane or Cory?
What I like to do is I like to deposit about 10 or 20 bucks USD into my GDAX account, like every week. Just pick a day and you do it, and you'll just have US dollars in there, and then you just wait. And then if you see like it drop and you think it's going to be a good time to buy, you can buy it because you already have that US dollars in there, and you don't have to wait for that transfer. And if you buy through GDAX is going to be a lot cheaper than actually going through Coinbase. It'll save you the fees. The fees are going to be a lot cheaper there, because if you buy with a credit card on Coinbase, you're going to be paying like 2.5%. If you do want to wait like a week, you can get them with your bank account. I think it's around 1.5% that way. But if you go through the GDAX, I think what is it, like 0.5, 1%, something like that. I can't remember. I'm in so many exchanges, I can't keep track of all the different percentages. But typically GDAX is better at getting that, and you can set the rate at what you want to buy your Bitcoin at. You may not get it, but you can set your rate, and you won't just have to agree to whatever Coinbase sets it at $50 higher than whatever you're trying to buy it at.
Yeah, it's a really good way to immerse yourself into candlesticks, into market depth, and the order books and trade history and stuff. It's a great way, and even limits and stop limits and sell limits and buy limits and stuff. It's a great way to get started learning about how to use these charts and graphs to put yourself in an advantage for buying coins at half price.
Absolutely. And what he's talking about there, you can see here in the price chart, we actually I have candle as default, or maybe it sets candle as default. So you can go through and see the high and low points for that day. And then you can also, if you want to, go back and check in on the line feature. I don't really use that one. I've been trying to watch more videos on the candlestick side of things just so I can learn. Then you can also change your times here, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. And then I'm not sure about what's the EMA 12? Is that the last 12 months or 12 hours?
Just the 12 candlesticks.
Oh, 12 candlesticks. Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, you can go through and set a market price at which you want to purchase. You can set a limit to say that I want to purchase at certain amounts. Or you can do a stop at, whatever amount you want to set there. So it's very easy to get into. And like he said, it's right alongside your Coinbase account. So it's very easy. I definitely, just like these guys have already said, recommend getting into this one if you want to get into trades right away. What's the next one we want to get into?
Well, before we leave this one though, if we take a look back at Coinbase back in December, whenever Bitcoin was running up and everyone's trying to buy, and you're getting jammed everywhere, you're having network issues and stuff. If you come to GDAX, like, you're not going to get stuck buying at $20,000 because Coinbase decided to jump there. Like, you can set a limit here and buy at a certain price and not overspend. So if the price is jumping up and down really, really fast, set your buy at the bottom and wait. Now, obviously, we're not financial advisors. We're not telling you what to do with your money or how to use it. We're just giving you tools to where you can use it. Just want to make that clear. And don't use a credit card, because then you got to pay interest if you don't pay it off.
I love that you throw that in the last second after Cory had already said you can use a credit card.
Yeah.
What's our next one that we want to go to?
I can show Polo if you want.
Yeah, go right ahead, because that's one I don't have. Polonex is another trade. Let me turn mine off so that I can actually see my face. But Polonex is another one that's another trading platform that allows you to do pretty much everything that all the other trading platforms allow you to do. So Shane, I'll let you. You've already got your screen pulled up, so I'll let you take over.
Yeah, so with Polo or Poloniex, you're going to see basically the exact same thing you're going to see on GDEX, but it's going to be in a different form. So with Poloniex, or I call it Polo. So with Polo, you have your basic candlestick patterns. You've got your volume behind it. You've got your EMAs, your moving averages, that you can set, turn on and turn off if you want. It's under settings here. EMA period. You can actually set your periods. That's a pretty cool feature. You can add bands if you want, if you play with bands. Fibonacci levels, that's a really cool tool that I use a lot. But so on and so forth. There's tools that you can play with and learn. A lot of this I touched on in my video earlier, or later last week, about TradingView or whatever that. But with Polo here, you still have your buy, your stop limits, your sell limits and stuff. So you can also change your candlestick patterns from hours to minutes, whatever you want. So if you change it to minutes, you're going to see more candles per time frame. That's the only difference in your zoom range and everything. So scrolling down, you have your sell orders, your buy orders, just like you had on GDAX, and you have your market depth here. So you've got your buy orders and your sell orders, and you can see that there's a big selling wall here. So chances are it's, people are going to take profit here. Trade history, that's just running tab. And here, so what GDAX doesn't have is the option to spin crypto for crypto. So with Bitcoin, if you have Bitcoin here, you can exchange between any of these different pairs that are on here that you want to use. So if you want to trade Bitcoin to Ethereum, it's loading and still loading. You have the option to. Whereas if you want to change Bitcoin to Doge, you don't have versus. Sorry, what?
You can do versus BTC on GDAX. You can't do it like for the other pairs, but you can.
Oh yeah, sorry. BTC. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like if you can't convert to Doge with BTC on GDEX, but on Poloniex you can. Obviously, they also have the USDT option that's available. There's a lot of skepticism around that right now. With do these markets or these exchanges actually have that sitting in a bank so that if everyone tries to cash out? I don't play with USDT. If I do, it's for a very short amount of time, but that's my personal preference. If you use it and you're happy with it, by all means, but I personally don't trust it.
And that's another thing about GDAX is it actually uses USD and not USDT. So it's not the Tether coin, so you're safe using it there.
Right. And I mean, that's basically it for this one. That's you're gonna see the exact same thing over and over again. We can move to Binance now if you'd like. Cory, you want to show that one?
No, my bandwidth is crap tonight, so I'm gonna let you guys show them off. I'll just pitch in and say some stuff.
That's fine, Cory. I've actually got it. I actually wanted to show this off. And one thing that I highly recommend when doing any sort of these crypto, if they have the option for two-factor authentication, please absolutely do that, and do that now if you don't have it set up already. Whether buying, purchasing, trading, whatever it is, please set up your two-factor authentication. It's very easy. Google has a Google Authenticator app. LastPass has an Authenticator app. Any set of those, you'll see here.
I like Authy.
You like which one?
Authy, AUTHY. I like that one a lot.
I just like the Google one because I'm already using Google for everything else, and I'm sure if someone's going to hack my account, they'll grab everything from here anyway. So, and this is the same exact 6-digit code that you would get via, text if you set up your phone number. But you can go through and see here. You get logged in. Of course, Binance has a referral program, just like Coinbase has the referral program. It's not a Ponzi scheme. I don't think it's a Ponzi scheme yet. I haven't seen anything to show me that it's a Ponzi scheme.
They are giving away Porsches, though.
But you could see here, of course, I have my SMS turned off because I'm using Google Authentication. And you can see the different places I've logged in at. But you can actually go through and go straight to the exchange. And the cool thing about it is, and I like this, is you have an advanced version, and then you have like just a regular old Joe Schmo version. And hopefully it'll load here. The last thing I was looking at was IOTA, because I was selling my IOTA, and I'm a little irritated right now because I have 0.997, as you can see down here. I don't know how this happened, but I purchased 6.997 IOTA, but I cannot sell this 0.997. So anybody from Binance can answer this question for me. That would be greatly appreciated, because it sets it at 0, and I can't type any point anything in here. So basically, just like all the other trading platforms, you're going to see your charts here in the middle. You're going to see all your trades here on the left. And then you can see your trading history going on here on, well, not yours particularly, but trade history here on the right. And same thing, what Shane was just showing us, you can, see your Bitcoin, you can see your Ethereum, you can see your BNB. And if you want to go through and change to whatever, let's just say, let's go with Cardano.
So that term that you're using, well, the term's dust for like the little bits of crypto that's left over that you can't use on exchange, and it's a big problem with a lot of different exchanges, and they're still trying to figure out how they're going to work that out with Binance on how to get rid of your dust and what you can trade for with your dust.
Yeah, I've been calling them microtransactions personally, because it's just like little small things that get left over. And it's just like, really? That's really, really annoying. And I'd really like to get that fixed. So, well, it's nice to know, because I thought I was the only one. And we're going to see. Yeah, go ahead, Shane.
For some of the bigger coins, you actually can sell dust. You don't have to. It's the smaller coins that are a problem. But that is a downside of this program, or of this exchange. Poloni actually don't have that issue. That's one of the reasons why I like Polo so much. But Polo also doesn't have the coins that Binance has.
And that's the other difference between most of these, is there's going to be different available coins based upon each individual exchange. So if you're looking for one, you may not find it on one of these. You may find it on another. As we go through these, we recommend try them all out, look at all of them, give them all, a shot and see what you can find. Here is the advanced version of Binance. It's, basically a little bit deeper on the charts and giving you more of what I would expect a professional to be looking at if they were actually trading like a day trader would, to be able to see a lot more information. Again, you can pull down and see your different availability. The same thing, it's just a little bit more extensive in my particular opinion. And of course, USDT again here on the side. And then also, let's see if I can go back, because I want to show. Nope. Come on. Go back.
Another cool thing though about the advanced, or the depth that you have there, the advanced chart, is that you can add indicators. If you need a quick reference for EMAs or MACD, they're all there. It's nice and handy to be able to get. Actually, there's quite a few of them: RSI, DMI, OBV. I don't know what half of these mean, but some of them I do. Some of them I use. So that's another feature of the advanced that you don't get with the regular.
Yeah, and along with it as well, one thing I forgot to mention is that with Binance, you get some of your fees taken care of with their Binance coin. Whenever you purchase in, you get a little bit of a discount whenever you're doing some of that. So you'll see that down here. Also, you also have some of these other buttons up here, which I really haven't seen any use for just yet. They have some ideas as to what they're going to be doing in the future. So they have Binance Labs is a blockchain technology incubator. We focus on our pre-ICO projects and teams, and they've got some other things that they can do there. And then Launchpad just as well. So I haven't really gotten into these. Just I think this is closer to the ICO side.
Yeah, I watched a video about them talking about Launchpad the other day, and how they're using their platform to get these ICOs started. They were actually I think they were talking about bread in the video I watched, and it's really secure. And what they do is they're a medium, like they will hold all the money that people send into it, and they won't distribute it to the ICO until they prove that they are legit, and they'll release it at small increments. So they can't just like give it all to them at one time and just see them disappear and with their money, So Binance is actually a fantastic company for these ICOs that are coming out, and they're doing more than just make it a great exchange.
Absolutely. And I just going back, you can pull up all your funds and everything. Matter of fact, I don't really care to show off my balances since I'm a poor man. with very little on the Binance platform. But you can see here at the top, it'll show you your Bitcoin value. Of course, you can go through and change that however you want to. You can see here my balances and how I can go through and either deposit more, withdraw, or even trade what I do have. And you'll see with Binance, because of the affiliate program or the referral program, I have some really, really tiny transactions because underneath me, I've had one person join. So I've got some small transactions here that I can't really do much. Well, no, I know where these came from. These two in particular, and the Tron. I know where those came from. The rest of them, if that was you, thanks. I appreciate it.
I think it was me. All right, so let me just nitpick one little thing while I'm looking at your screen. Why do you have your ARC sitting in your Binance when you could have it sitting in your wallet, gaining more ARC tokens?
Please explain.
But we have to spend it vote and stuff, though, right?
Well, I mean, I think it charges you like 0.1 or 0.5 ARC or something like that to transfer the ARC out of there. But if you download the ARC wallet, then you can stake with that. Like, and it's delegated proof of stake. It's not actually staking, so you don't have to have your computer on all the time. You just pick somebody to be your delegate, and then once a week they pay you dividends.
And see, that's the reason why we have this show. That's the whole reason why we have this show, to make sure everyone can learn about new things. So I have ARC that you and I are going to talk about after the show, figure out what I need to do with that there. But I actually sold off my IOTA after finding out about their security issue and how they are failing at security. I'm going to be getting rid of IOTA, but you can see I still have, I transferred some of it over and got some Cardano. And ARC. ARC is really interesting because they're going to try to solve the problem of interoperability between tokens. And we also talked about one earlier today in the group, in our chat group today. We talked about, what was the, it started with an F. What was the name of that one? We were talking about they're going to try to switch things up. Anybody got that one?
Fiber or something.
Yeah, Fiber.
I'll have to. Is like FYBER or something? Was it spelled weird?
No, I'll scroll back into our chat while I'm looking this up. It was something like that, but it's interesting to see that there's an issue when it comes to trading and this and that. You get microtransactions, you get small things that happen, and so the interoperability between all of these tokens, ARC is trying to do that as well as the other one while I look it up. So, yeah. So Fusion, there we go. Thank you. Yes.
So I mean, if anything, you can just take these dust particles and move them to a different exchange and get rid of them if you need to.
Yeah, you say that. I've been trying to do that with my Binance account for weeks.
Well,
yeah. And then they'll charge you like half of your dust to send it somewhere else.
But you get rid of it.
I would just hang on to it, just buy more of it, and then later you'll be able to sell it. Maybe. I don't know.
All right, so that's enough of Binance. What's our next trading platform?
I just kind of want to bring up like Jax and Exodus. It's not really a typical trading platform, but that is another good way where you can change out your coins for other coins. And I've actually made some really good trades from doing that. One of the things I wanted to talk about was some good trades we'd made and some bad trades we'd made. So back around August, EOS showed up on Exodus, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but you know what? I'll throw $20 at it, and I did that with a lot of different coins. And EOS, the $20 I threw at it, I got 39 coins, and at its highest point, it was worth about $500 just from that $20. So I mean, you can get really lucky on a lot of these coins, and you don't have to throw a whole lot of money at them. You can just make a lot of money off of little amounts. Of course, now it's not quite worth 500, but it's still held on pretty well.
But getting lucky is rare. Sometimes it's good to know what you're doing. Sometimes, Cory.
Yeah. XVG, I got lucky on that one too. Also, and Dash. Like I bought a ton of Dash and it went up like a good bit, and so I mean, luck goes a long way in the crypto universe. You can
Yeah,
only get
that's
so far drawing your little triangles. All right.
I love how he's calling him out on that. But yeah, I mean, he's IOTA. IOTA was one of my trades. I read about it, and they had a good idea originally, and unfortunately, their security guy behind it is not really that well trained. So the more people started poking at it and prodding at it, it just kind of fell away. So that's the whole reason why the screen you just saw, I was selling away my IOTA, and I've got to figure out how to get rid of my 0.997 IOTA. I've got to figure out what to do with that. So yeah, that was one of my bad trades. I'm still learning. We're all still learning. Obviously, this is very new, even though crypto has been around since 2007, 2008. It's still a very big, open, free world, as it were. And it's very much, as everyone repeats over and over in every other video I've ever seen, when it comes to crypto, it's the wild, it's the wild, wild west. It really is. No rules, and basically learn as you go and just kind of pick up and run with it.
So if we want to talk about bad trades, I can show off my 200% miss if you want.
Let's do it. I want to hear it.
Was it the Rye coin that you've been talking
Yes,
about?
this was Ryecoin. So if you've seen my charts, you know that I like to put flags and stuff where I buy and where I sell. So this is the graph of Ryecoin. Big run up, fall. I was looking for a bottom here, and I saw the EMA start moving back up. And I like to find these crossing points sometimes, because crossing points typically lead to big spikes, or they can lead to big spikes. Like the crossing of the EMAs, that is. But I got into this coin because I saw that the trend was moving well. Volume was coming back. We were getting a little bit more substantial volume. So I got in here, and it moved up like I thought it would. It corrected. It moved up. It corrected harder. And then I watched it move up again. And I was watching it. I was actually at work. I was watching it over and over again move up. And I kept thinking, man, I should sell this. And at this time, when we were looking at these big bullish engulfing candles here, these wicks were full. Like every time I was watching this, these wicks they weren't wicks. They were bullish engulfing candles. So I assumed that it was going to keep moving, and then all of a sudden the news about India come out and everything tanked. So I didn't sell. So you can see here, this is just a general frame or time frame or general profit measurement here. So it was about 218%. I happened to see 230, 240 in my blockfolios, but I should have sold. So my point for today is, don't be a bitch about taking profits. It's good to take profits. So what I did though was, if you see, zoom back out, you can see where I started setting up sell points. So I was going to be scaling out here to take my initial profit or my initial entry out. And then whatever I had gained, I was going to sell out here, thinking it was going to continue to run. Obviously, I was a little too aggressive, but that's okay because the chart still looks good. We're still moving up. Our EMA just crossed our 100-day EMA just crossed the 200. So, it seems like it could still continue moving up. So we'll see what happens.
What is Rye coin?
No clue. But it's not always about knowing the coin. Sometimes it's about understanding the chart and what's going on at the time. So let's see.
And if you buy a coin you believe in, you'll never lose. That's what I say. It may go down in price, but you'll never lose as long as you believe in it. I still believe in my BitConnect. It's coming back one of these days. I'm holding on to my 4 coins.
Yeah, we are all holding on to them right now.
I am staking them, so I'm hoping I'm going to see how much I get out of this stake, and I get rewarded in 3 more days. So we'll see what happens with that. Probably get 0.01.
Shane, are you done, or can I talk about Hit
Yeah,
BTC?
go ahead. I'm just reading now.
Yeah, you go ahead and talk about Hit BTC. We're trying to figure out what Ryecoin is in the background.
All right, so Hit BTC is another exchange that you can get into. Again, another platform that does basically the exact same thing, all the same tools that you're going to see here. You can see the last thing I was looking at was Steam. So as I logged in, you can see all the candlesticks there. You can see all of your instruments to change from Bitcoin, from Ethereum, from USDT, or even you can look at some of your ICOs and see what's going on here in the middle. Same thing as well. You can set your limits both for buying and selling. You can see your order books, and you can see all of your active orders. You can see that I don't have any, and I haven't done any. I've just been watching it, just trying to get an idea. Cory has gotten me onto the Steemit platform. I got actually approved, Cory. Awesome. Don't know what I'm doing just yet, but I finally got approved. So I'm on there. So we'll see what happens. And then same thing up here across the top, you can see your different tabs. I'm in exchange. I can go into my account. And again, I'm not really worried about showing you off my balances because I'm a poor man. So you'll see there should only be two in here. I believe this is where I'm holding my Ripple and how I have my leftover Ethereum that did not make the full purchase. So I have a little bit of dust or microtransactions, however you want to look at it. It should show up here momentarily. There it shows a little blue box now. So we should see something. Yep, there we go. So I've got 20 Ripple coins with a little bit of leftover Ethereum sitting in there. The only odd thing about this is, and maybe it's just me, but I have to transfer them in and out from the main account to the trading account. There's no transaction fee or anything. It's just like locking this down into a wallet, I guess. It just doesn't do anything here. You have to get it out to your trading account before you can make any trades. Of course, you can see my trades here, and you can see all of your stuff here. And then you can go through and also pull up reports, market, system health, all sorts of things if I want to go through. They're a little bit more in depth, I think. I like Hit BTC. I just haven't honestly done much with it other than looking into Ripple and Steam here lately. But I mean, it's another good one if you want to get into that you can't find a coin that you're looking for to trade for. You can go through and talk down here on the right-hand side. Some people are willing to help. I've actually had a few people answer a few questions for me inside of this little troll box, as it's called. But basically everything you've seen on every other trading platform, they've got it here.
Don't take trade advice. Don't
No.
ever take trade advice from Trollbox.
Please don't. Jeez,
I didn't
please
take
don't.
any trading advice. I just had some questions about the functioning of some of this because this was, I think, this was actually my second platform that I chose to do trading on. So I had some questions. So I didn't take any trading advice. Just had some questions about the inner workings. Like silly things like trading, from night to day and making your screen dark. It wasn't that. I'm just saying, just simple questions that I had.
One tip I'm gonna say, Steam is trading a little bit higher on Hit BTC, and I think they've got the wallet locked still. So don't buy any Steam on Hit BTC because it won't do you any good. You won't be able to get it out of there anyway. I mean, you can buy and sell on there. I've been making plenty of money buying and selling it on there, but you won't be able to get it out because they've had that wallet locked down for a long time. And that's one of the bad things about Hit BTC that people have had problems with is they do lock their wallets down a lot. And as far as talking about trading, sending from your trading to the other part of the wallet, I think maybe that's going from a hot wallet to a cold wallet. That was one thing that happened with that NIM hack that happened last week, was they were able to get into that one exchange and take all those bits of coin out of that hot wallet that was in the exchange. But one good thing about that happened, y'all talked about it before I was able to get in here, was that the developers were able to put some sort of coin into that wallet, because anytime you send a coin to a wallet, it's going to go there. So that the hacker's wallet was basically infected with that coin. So anytime that any kind of movement was in that coin, they was able to track it. That's kind of good and bad if you want to look at it that way. But I mean, he can't get away with it. He's basically got like those little green splotches all over his NIM now.
And that's the crazy thing with, and that's the funny thing when people say that Bitcoin reached $20,000 back in December. It reached on certain exchanges, not all the exchanges. We have only hit what 5 or 6 of the exchanges here, maybe 4. And there's more exchanges than out there than what's what we've just shown. We just have shown you what we use and what we've gotten used to, and the products that we're willing to share information about because we're on those and we've used them before. So if you have any questions about these, we're more than glad to answer them. Again, just be aware of the news that's around some of these because it could be like BitConnect where you all of a sudden lose all your money, and we're worried about what's going to happen to it. And I'm having to transfer all my BitConnect coins over to Shane and hope that Shane can make some magic happen.
We're just going to stake those coins for now.
So any other I don't have another trading platform that I'm on, so any other ones that we missed or anything else that we want to talk about before?
We got a couple of final thoughts before we wrap it up, though.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Go ahead, Shane. You want to start it off?
So, yeah, I'll show you this real quick. So this is CoinMarketCap. So we're just looking at Bitcoin here, and we're looking at the markets. So if we scroll down, you can see like all of these different markets. I mean, some of these are repeated because they're different pairs, but you can see that there's numerous markets to where you can play with these guys at. I would suggest that you find about 10 of them that you really like, or that you could see yourself using in the future, and go ahead and set up an account on them, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. Binance could go down, Polo could go down, Hit BTC could go down, and when that happens, you're going to have an out. You're going to have another place to go to continue your trading and continue working in the future. Another big point is to not leave all of your funds on an exchange, because as we know, exchanges do go down. You can lose your funds that way. So if you can help it, don't keep a lot of coins on the exchange. Move them to a wallet if you're going to keep them long term. If you're keeping them for day trading, sure, that's no big deal. But I would keep a portion of what you're not trading off into a wallet that's away from your exchange. So if the exchange goes down, you're not losing your coins. Also, like I was saying before, split your funds up between several different exchanges. Don't have everything on one exchange. If you split it up between several exchanges, you can do things such as arbitrage, which Cory hinted to with Steam. Sometimes you're going to see a coin go up on one exchange and it's going to go slowly on another exchange. That might be an idea to take a look back at how the chart moves. So if it goes up on one exchange, maybe it's going to go up on the other exchange later. Maybe. So it might be good to look into that. Also, understand these exchanges, understand how your fees are going to work, understand how you're going to be using fees. So with Binance, we use BNB to get a discount on the transaction fees. But on Polo, we use whatever coin you're exchanging to, you're losing just a small percentage of that. So understand your fees and understand what happens. Another thing that I didn't mention about Polo is the fact that you can trade on margin. If you're going to trade on margin, know what you're doing, because you can really mess up an account on margin if you're not paying attention. So just my final thoughts.
Cory?
Cobenhood, that was one we didn't mention. It's pretty
That's
new.
Right.
Yeah.
Also Robinhood.
And Robinhood, yeah.
CryptoHood.
Yeah. Robinhood, you won't be able to get into that one just yet. I think it's only going to be available in like 7 states or something to start out with. And there's a huge line. It says there's like 1 million something people waiting to get into that.
Yep.
As far as Cobenhood is looking pretty slick. I haven't traded on there. I do have an account on there, but I haven't put any money there yet. But I probably will. I'll probably go on there and get some Dragon Chain coins. I'm not really sure yet, but that one was looking pretty good. And another thing I noticed the other day, I don't know if it's still like that, but you was talking about the arbitrage trading. I never can say that word right. I probably just screwed it up. But the Dragon Chain was actually trading like 20% higher on Copenhood than it was on KuCoin. So if I had a KuCoin account, I could have bought like 100 dragons and then sent them over to Coben Hood and sold them and made like a 20% profit. Just
Corey,
like
if you need that
did.
reference link, let me know.
I don't know. I might as well go ahead and get one. So yeah,
I'll
I'm
make
already
it.
I'm already giving Rusty little bits of coin over here on Binance. Might as well give you little bits of coin there. You need to start getting back on that dice rolling and give me some free Bitcoin.
Hey, I did last night. I did.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about each one. They all have their own individual things that they allow for certain things to happen, and a lot of them will use the affiliate link or the referral link. So we'll see how that pans out. Any thoughts from me this week? I can't really think of any other than the fact of just be careful because of the whole BitConnect and USI. And this is one that honestly no one really touches on because of BitConnect being so large. But USI Tech was another one that basically had the exact same announcement within the same amount of time frame that BitConnect had, and they've both been quote unquote shut down. I've had a few people try to tell me, "Oh, you need to get back into USI Tech because blah 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 blah." I'm like, no. It's all the same scheme that BitConnect was doing. So, plus watching some of the YouTube channels that are left. I think there's 2 YouTube channels that are left out of the big 4 that were shilling, as it were, BitConnect. Everyone else has probably found a lawyer at this point because there's talks of 2 and a possible 3rd class action lawsuit against these folks for shilling off a lot of these programs. So be very, very vigilant in what that you're trading with and what you're trading on. Understand that you don't have to have a trading bot do all the trading for you. You can do it yourself. You can get on these platforms that we mentioned tonight, with the list of others that Shane showed us. There's not just, a magical little robot in the background doing it all for you. We recommend doing it yourself, learning these things and making sure that you're aware of what you're doing and just learning it together. Because if you have questions, we're more than glad to help out if we can answer in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Again, there's chat here on the side. I think Jacob stopped by to say hi and then I don't even know if Jacob's even watching anymore. But we are more than glad to help out. And with that, we also have to give off our information. We have our own Discord channel just as well, with a link to that below. If you watch this video later, you can go to our Discord channel. Now we have 2 of them. We have ours, then we have Venom Snake. What's the guy's name?
BTC Venom.
BTC Venom. Yeah, we've got a couple Discord channels. Me personally, I've gotten so many chat channels that I'm into that adding Discord to it, you're probably never gonna find me on there. Just because I've got so many other chat platforms, I try to keep up with other things. I mainly just talk to these 2 guys during the week, but you can find them in there. They're very active. And then of course our Facebook page. And then what else we got, Cory?
We don't have a Twitter page, but I think me and you, Rusty, both have our own Twitter.
I've got one.
Oh, you have a Twitter?
Yeah, I just don't use it.
Okay, well, if you hit me up on Twitter, you can hit me up there. You can hit Rusty up there. We both respond there pretty well. I have a Skype as well. You can hit me up there. It's Cory. We all have Steemit accounts, so we'll be blogging on there. So feel free to check out our stuff on there. And if you want to get started making some money with Steemit, just ask us some questions. We'll show you how to do it. And I'm probably going to make a how-to video on what to do there, on how to get started. And I might make one on faucets here in another couple days too.
And that's one other thing I want to talk real quick is these guys have been doing their own videos. Stay during the week to watch our channel. You don't have to watch it, live every single time. That's the reason why we record these, so that you can go back and watch it at any point in time on demand. Shane and Cory both have made videos, so they've got their own expertise. I'm going to eventually make one. I've just been blogging about it here lately because it's easier for me to type out what it is that I'm talking about. I've got my own personal site that I plugged through my Steemit account the other night, talking about my mining efforts that I've been doing. So I'll get to a video at some point, but I just enjoy the live streaming with these guys every week. So it's kind of hard for me to make a video by myself. But yeah, check out our channel, subscribe, please, and watch as these guys make videos. I believe Shane did one on TradingView. And Cory, have you made yours yet?
I had to bring it out. I had to. Sorry. My girlfriend just bought this for me. I thought it was pretty sweet. But what was you asking? Did I make a video about what?
No, I was pimping out our videos other than the regular weekly live stream. So, what video have you made, or are you going to make a video?
Yeah, I made one about using the Brave browser and basic attention coin on how you can earn coins using that Brave browser and how you can give back to the community. Like you could give to us, and we can get a few BAT tokens out of it if you feel like we deserve it. Because we're not getting any ad revenue from YouTube because we're not getting 50,000 views a year yet. So
and that's not our goal. We're not trying to do that yet.
No. But who needs ads? You won't get ads on the Brave browser anyway. So
that's awesome.
And it's amazing. Like it's a great browser. I recommend everybody get a Brave browser.
Yeah, absolutely. And I haven't installed it yet, but I need to.
Definitely.
And so for me, like I'm on Discord all the time. It's on my phone. It's on my computer. When I turn my computer on, Discord comes up. I'm on Facebook, but I'm still kind of a private person. So if you add me, just send me a quick little message or something saying, "Hey, what's up? I'm watching you on YouTube or something," and I'll give you an ad. I don't post much. Like I said, I'm a private person. Big data scares me, so it is what it is. But just as a heads up, if Bitcoin goes back up to 20 grand, these exchanges are gonna stop allowing new accounts. So I'm not going to spam reference links for anything, but if you need a link to get into an exchange, feel free to let me know and I'll make you one. I'm not trying to get references off of you, but if you want into an exchange, I'll give you a reference link.
I think we all would give them a reference link.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have more than you, I promise.
All right, so you guys go to our Facebook page, like us there, follow us all week long, and then as well, stay tuned and subscribed on the channel. We'll try to keep you up to date as much as possible. Jacob said, Wookie, he saw your hat, Cory. Jacob, actually, I may want to try to get on an episode with us because he was a miner himself, I think with Hashflare or Hash something, one of the mining ones, and he lost out because theirs crashed or whatever. So Jacob, I think if you get a chance, this is what we do every single Tuesday. So if you want to join us on Tuesday, let me know. It's somewhere between 9 and 9:30 we get started, and you want to talk about mining, we can do a whole episode and talk about mining and get these two on some hardware mining instead of cloud mining, doing their own mining at home, doing like what I'm doing.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to go over nodes too.
Yeah. Tell us about that one, Cory.
That's cool.
Get your arc started.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to tell you about it now, or are we gonna do it afterwards?
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Yeah, we'll do that later. But anyway, one piece of advice: do not purchase any sort of graphics card right this minute, or probably in the next 3 months, only because NVIDIA made a huge announcement a few weeks ago, and the prices of all video cards, whether NVIDIA or AMD, have all gone up. The specific card that I purchased, I bought it at $269. It is now over $500 to purchase. So if you're going to do any sort of hardware mining, don't do it right now. You should have bought back in November, or you're going to have to wait until this price hike goes down. So anyway,
you should just start trading graphics cards instead of trading cryptocurrency.
Hey,
Safer bet.
Hey, exactly. At least that way I know the price will eventually go up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
yeah, I also think that the price of video cards will go back down as people realize that they're not making as much as they could with an amp miner or something. The prices will come back down because they'll stop using graphics cards. But for now, yeah, they're definitely at a premium.
And Jacob said, nice hash. I had that one wrong. It's nice hash. And he said he'll try to work out something with us to get connected. So we'll see about getting him on. And if you want to get any sort of other guests that we need to get on, you guys, obviously, if you meet anybody or know anybody, let's get them on. We'd love to talk crypto. So that's
wait. I thought I heard something about Nice Hash was giving people refunds on what happened. It seemed like I just saw that like a few days ago. Somebody said that in the chat.
Maybe
I don't know. It
Jacob
could
can
be,
answer that in the chat on the side.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
If he didn't get a refund, he might want to look into it, because I know where some people were getting reimbursed, or at least partially reimbursed for some of the stuff that the hack happened, or whatever happened.
All right, and you can tell it's about time for Shane because he's bringing his dog into the video. So, anyway, that's going to be enough for us this week, guys. We hope that you have. Do what?
Cory brought the Wookiee hat.
All right, sure. And before we go completely off the rails, we will see you guys again next week. Thanks for watching, staying with us for this last hour. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Hit us up on Discord, hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Twitter. Wherever we are more than welcome to answer any questions. Hope you guys have a great week. We will see you again next week for Cryptosis, and we'll let you know what the topic is very soon.
Later, guys.